What's going on, everybody? We are back. Let's get it. You see it. Ron and John back in the building. Thank you for tuning into the NBA wrap-up. We here, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Back in the building.
What's happening, John? How you doing, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Excited for today's show, man. It's long overdue. Long overdue.
Facts. Yeah, this is going to be another good one, man. I'm really excited about this. Not only we got a spitter, but we got a MBK fam spitter. You know, he's official tissue. When y'all get into his story, you'll know that you're used to him already. He's been around MBK parts. He's been all around MBK. You'll get it. You'll get it. Don't worry. I can't wait to introduce him. But I'm excited, man. I won't want to say there's too much going on crazy with the NBA. It's still a little subdued right now, John. But there's some news. There's some stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna do a quick highlight of what's going on in the NBA. Then we're gonna bring our guy. You know, we should actually bring our guy Drugz on right now. I think he's ready to rock.
I think that sounds like a great idea. We had y'all waiting, and I appreciate y'all. Smash that like button on your way in. Smash that like button on your way out. Whatever you got going on. Real quick, shout out to the chat, Marvin, because I know you've been here. Dunbar's in the building. Salute. We're gonna mention you again. Salute. Thank you for being here. Silent Symbols in the building. Cormega's in the building. Salute. And those of you who might be watching that may not be in the chat, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being here. But you know what? Let's get into it. Let's bring our guy Drugz in here. But before we do that, let me hit you with a quick did you know? Because maybe you didn't know. What's good? What's happening, my brother?
What up, man? What's good? Salute.
Salute.
NBA wrap up. Still Knicks fan. MBK, man. We here, man.
Yes. Man, it's about time this happened. Actually, the funny thing is, we actually been talking about us just chopping it up for a while on Still Knicks fans. We just never got a chance to do it. So
I'm glad. Yeah, we've been waiting for this moment for a minute, and I'm glad that y'all got me on here. And yo, you know, it's love, man. Y'all family. So anytime y'all want me on here, you know, I'm on here rocking with y'all. We're gonna chop up NBA talk, Knicks talk, hip hop, and sports. Whatever we gonna do, man. It's gonna happen right here, man. So salute to y'all, man. You know, man.
I mean, listen, this show is basically for you, brother. Nothing says NBA and hip hop like Drugz. So let's go.
That's a fact. It's politics and everything, man. But you know,
that's 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Well,
man.
You know what? Let's just get right into it. You know, because I want to. We talked about this last week, and I think that the saga continues. You know what I mean? So this whole James Harden, Daryl Morey thing is crazy, man. It's crazy. So listen, let me get y'all prepped for this. We ready for MBK news. So apparently James Harden's ready for the smoke. He wants all the smoke. And then on the outside, the flip side of it, which you'd be surprised, Daryl Morey don't care. So if you guys have been living under a rock, James Harden is doing some type of event. And now I don't know. It's in Asia somewhere. I don't want to say it's China or Japan or Korea. Who knows exactly where he was. But I do know it's in Asia. He was doing an event, and he spoke to the people at the event and basically said that Daryl Morey is a liar. And he repeated it. Let me repeat it one more time. Daryl Morey is a liar, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with a franchise run by Daryl Morey. So basically writing on the wall, I'm out. I'm not coming back to the 76ers. I don't know what they're going to do. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about that. Drugz, since you are a special guest, I go to you. What are you thinking about this, man? Since when? I mean, we joke a lot, but in all seriousness, like these are players. I mean, they got power, but when do they got this type of power?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know like that's been Harden since since Houston. He been forcing his way out of different teams. He forced his way out of Houston. He did the same thing with the Nets. He forcing his way out the Nets. And I think it's pretty much because they're not trying to give him an extension. He's looking for an extension, so I think he's not going to get that there. But my thing with Harden is, I think Harden is not where he used to be as a player. To me, when I look at Harden, he don't got that same burst. He don't got that same. I don't know. He's just not that. He's a shell of himself right now. So, but I mean, I'm 50-50 with that because I do feel like players need a voice in this league. For so long they didn't have a voice. It was just like owners was making moves and that was it. They were shipping them off and you had to wake up the next day and you and your family had to pack up and move. So I mean, I feel like if you're a player with value, and maybe he still do have some value in the NBA. I feel like it's good to get in the situation that you want to get into, but I think with James Harden it's too excessive. It's too much. Like it's just too much. I just don't know the end game for that guy, man. Like you know what I'm saying? I really don't know what Harden. He could get to the Clippers and it could be the same situation. He might want to get traded and move on. So I just don't. I really couldn't tell you what Harden, man. Like Harden, he on a different type of time right now, man. But yo, get your bag, man. Get your bag, Harden. Get your money. Get your money, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what it seemed like to me? It seemed like it was more of a IOU type of situation when he came over to the 76ers. You know what I mean? Like I think he was able to, Daryl Morey was able to pull some strings to get him over, but he had to get him on the cheap side, you know what I mean, in order to make things happen. And then he probably did a IOU promise to him on the, you know what I'm saying, on the low. And James was like, all right, if you could get that done, then I'm rocking with you. I'll take away. I think he may have had like a no trade clause, and he pulled the no trade clause away in order to go to the 76ers. And then now it looks like Daryl Morey may be reneging on that. You know what I mean? On what that side, conversation was, and that's why James is feeling salty right now. So listen, it's all a part of the game.
Let me ask you this: Can he hold out? Can he not play? Like, let's just say,
I mean, he can, but he's gonna get.
He's like, I don't want to play. Like,
he got fined by the NBA, but he can do it. He can do it. He'll be fined, but he can do it because I think it's against their contracts.
He might, because he's like, I'm not playing for Daryl Morey or this franchise no more. Like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, I mean, the best scenario for Harden and for the 76ers is for them to try to move him before the season starts, you know what I mean, and get something for him. You know what I mean?
You know what though? I think Daryl Morey in this situation, if a player like publicly bashed me like that, I'll trade you anywhere now. Because before I was trying to, I had your best interest in mind. I was trying to get you to the Clippers. It didn't work. Like, both sides couldn't come to an agreement to get you to the Clippers. So now, if you publicly do that to me, and I'm looking at it from an owner perspective. I'm gonna just trade you to any team that I could get a couple second rounders and whoever I could get for you and get you out the door. And let the other team deal with that problem. Let the other team have to move you to a destination that you want to go. I feel like, if the disrespect is public, the apology got to be public as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm big on that. So I feel like he could have handled it a little bit better than that. You know what I'm saying? He could have handled himself in that situation. But maybe that's the new NBA as far as like players, they go on, they using social media as they power now. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Before they didn't have really too much of a voice. So now social media is a big platform. So now they can like go on there and look how fast it spread. It spread like wildfire. So, I mean, it's 50-50 with that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 50-50.
Listen, if I'm Daryl Morey, I'm calling up Portland. I'm seeing, hey, can I make can we do a swap? You know what I mean? And we can send Lillard to Miami. I'm calling Miami. I'm calling Portland, and I'm trying to swap players. I'm trying to do everything I can do. Yeah, do a three-way if you can. I'm trying to get rid of and get something for them. You know what I mean?
That'd be the
right
move.
now.
That's actually that could be the move. I don't know why I didn't even think about that, but that actually might work. I mean, I would think that works.
They would have to make the money work. Miami wants Lillard. You know what I mean? So they'll do everything in their power to move. Like if you can grab Hero from Miami and then send Harden to Portland, and you know what I mean? Like you can make something work there.
You can make a move. That's a nice little move.
Because Maxey, Hero, and Embiid, everybody else is still solid on that squad. So
that's a fact. Yeah.
And even if my fault, Drugz. Even if Harden is a little salty, Portland ain't a bad, like they ain't a horrible squad. They got some pieces over there.
They got pieces.
They do.
They got a new coach, right? Or they got a new coach too, right?
Not Billups. They still got Billups.
Oh, they still Billups, right? So look, Billups is that, so they'll be all right.
Yeah, they're gonna be good. But the situation with that is it's gonna put a microscope on Embiid now, because Embiid, we'll talk about that. I'm pretty sure we could chop that up later when it comes down to these guys. But I think that that's gonna put Embiid in the space. He's gonna be like, man, is everybody gone now? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody who I had here like as a secondary or a complimentary player is gone.
Right.
So it's just me and Tyrese Maxey. And he's good. He's a good player, but do you think him and Tyrese Maxey is going to go to the Eastern Conference Final or win a championship? I doubt that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They need another piece.
They need another piece for sure. I mean,
that's why I was thinking.
When you say Hero
would work. It would work.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work. But everybody has to be healthy for that to work. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
If it's like one of those three go down, that's over with. You know,
because people forget Tobias is still there. Tobias ain't going nowhere. So I mean, he's a solid player. So it's just how do you build around those guys if you're able to get another scorer? Because that's what they need, another ball handler who can score and keep the pressure off of Embiid. And Hero allows the spacing. You know what I mean, with Maxey, both good ball handlers. So I think that would be like almost an easy look, you know what I mean? But they have to be making those phone calls, you know what I mean?
That's a fact.
I mean, I think they have to do as much as they can to deal with this issue before we get into the regular season, because this is going to be drama and it's going to be a cloud over the team the whole season. So I'm with both of y'all. I agree.
They got to move them. They got to. It's like that's not even a question at this point. Like, they got to move them. And like you said, Portland is a good trade. I mean, just look around the league, try to knock on some doors and like, yo, listen, we trying to get him out here. We're not even asking for much. Let's just get him out the door. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but if they don't and they drag this on, it's really going to affect more Embiid and his sort of psyche, like you were saying earlier. Like, he's going to at some point going to look at things like, okay, this is a business. They're not looking out for their guys or for players, so I'm gonna have to start making moves himself. You know,
he already did something that was like, I mean,
he's hinting
his social media tactics, but like he took the 76ers out of his bio and all of that stuff like that.
Right.
So it's like, if
he's throwing hints,
that's like putting pressure on the franchise again. Like, yo, listen, if this guy leave or like you don't give me nobody here solid, I'm out of here.
Right.
What am I staying here for? Like, we ain't gonna win no championship. Me and Tyrese Maxey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact.
Yeah,
that ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel him, and you know when he's coming. He's coming to the Garden. He's coming, man. He's coming. All the stars is in line. All the stars is in line for that to happen, man. That's gonna be a big move, man. That's gonna be a big move. I'm telling you. Him and JB. Whoo.
I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta see it, man. I'm it's too much going on. I gotta see it. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I was with you, but I just don't. These Knicks, man. I don't know. I don't trust them.
We ain't make no splash. We ain't make a splash. I think like a lot of people, you know, they down on the front office. I'm content with the moves you've been making solid moves. You know what I'm saying? We ain't been making dumb moves. We got good contracts. When you look at the contracts, you look at a bunch of stuff, you're like, man, they making good, solid moves. You know what I'm saying? It's just we do need a superstar to play next to Jalen Brunson.
Right.
if we could keep Randall somehow, that'd be awesome. Like he could actually be that third option, that legit third option. But we need, I don't know who we could get, but you know what I'm saying. But we definitely need somebody next to JB because I think JB, his time is now. I was watching him playing in the FIBA and all that. He's going crazy, man. Like you know what I'm saying. Like he's he's legit the star of that team. Like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like looking at him play, it's like we got a superstar. I don't want to go that
in the
far,
making.
but we
In
got
the
a
making.
star in the making, but we got
Right.
a star point guard. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
me as a Knicks fan and us as Knicks fan, I know we happy finally. We got a point guard that's a star in that position. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been so long.
Hasn't been one since Marbury.
It feels weird watching
No,
point
right.
guards. Like, yo, this
True.
dude is crazy. Like, you know
And
what I'm
sometimes
saying? So,
people don't even count Marbury because we didn't even get a chance to really see Marbury the way we should have seen him. You know what I mean? Like,
we didn't get the whole potential of Marbury.
Yeah.
Wasn't the right pieces around him.
JB,
But
man.
being that you did bring up the Knicks, I mean, I'm gonna bring it up in this way, but I don't want to keep because you know the X. I don't want to Twitter, whatever you want to call it these days. They don't want to stop with this dude. Like, all right, he ain't on our team no more. But another person that was making the news is Kristaps Porzingis. Because he had to leave his FIBA team
injury.
Lithuania due to plantar fasciitis. Now, listen, the fact that he got to leave Lithuania, okay. Yeah, it is what it is.
Right.
The chances of them winning, it is what it is. But he's playing for his native team. But the plantar fasciitis thing, bro, that could affect everything going on with Boston. You know how hard it is to really heal and cure plantar fasciitis.
That is a rough, that's a rough injury to have. And then think about all the pieces and stuff that they moved. Like, you know what I mean? They moved Marcus Smart. They moved Grant Williams. They moved dogs. Those are dogs y'all took and y'all put. When I seen they did that, I was like, man, why are they doing that? Like, why they at least keep one of those guys? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, KP, we know KP. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what, he's good when he's good, he's bad when he's bad, and he's bad mainly due to injuries. And stuff like this.
Right.
That could offset their whole season right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure he's gonna have a big role. He was gonna be that third option for them, hands down. Like, you know what I mean? They brought him in to do that, like to play that role. So that's gonna be a setback for them, man. Like if he don't get right, you know what I'm saying? And I wish that brother the best, man. I really do, man. I wish KP get it right because that boy been injury prone since we had him. You know what I mean? So
What do you have? Like 3 solid seasons with us, and then the injuries started creeping in.
Injuries.
Yeah, like 3 or 2.5, something like that. 3, around there.
Right.
That's a shame, man, because like I want him. At this point, like all the Nick hurt is gone. You know what I mean? Like now you're just a player in the NBA, so I don't got no issues with you. Do well, make your bread. When we play you, we're gonna beat up on you, but that's besides the point. Like,
right. That's a fact.
Yeah, but I feel bad for him too because of the fact that I think that like he finally gets it. I think he had some growing up to do. I think he had some bad advice in his corner with his brother. Family. They got your best interest at heart, but sometimes it's too geared towards the family. They're not thinking about the business and his responsibilities as a player in the NBA. You know what I mean? They're just thinking about, make sure my brother's right. You know what I mean? So, but I think now he's grown up. If I'm not mistaken, I think he even fired his brother as an agent. That was a while ago. And I think he just understands his game and what he needs to do. I mean, you look at him; he's got all his facial hair. He look like a different man now.
Yeah, he look like
Yeah, so I just think that he's ready to be a solid NBA player, but to get that type of injury, that's the type of injury where he can heal up for a month, go out there, play like 3 weeks, and then it starts
right back.
Again. Like that's a rough one.
Yeah, that's a rough one. That's a rough one.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. That's rough. I mean, like you said. Like before when we traded him and all that, I was salty behind that whole trade. I'm like, yo, why we traded him? And then, you know, it was kind of like a little hate thing for a little minute with me with Porzingis. Then I'm like, you know what? I feel kind of bad for that guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to come around on him, and seeing that, I'm like, man, that's bad, bro. That's another setback.
Step back.
But hopefully it's something that he could work through, or maybe Boston got a good medical staff, or maybe they could do what they can do. But some things is inevitable. You know what I mean? So
he's gonna have to pay. He's gonna have to play through with a little bit of pain, though. You know, that's without
definitely. He definitely gonna have to pay through some pain, like definitely.
Right.
But I mean, man, that's tough, man. That's a tough one right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn. And we wanted them. A lot of people wanted them back on the Knicks too. Like when he was on free agent.
Right, for a stretch 5.
Yep. A stretch 5. So that would have been, you know, the return to KP. That would have been dope. You know, coming back, playing for the Knicks again. But with that injury history, that's a risk that you're taking. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you got players that got like an injury history like him, like, you know, that's you shaking them dice up. You know what I mean?
We had those years already as Knicks fans. We've had those years where you bring in agent superstars with some serious injuries. You remember the Baron Davis came. You know what I mean? We had Steve Franchise. We had Tracy McGrady. We had all these guys who were sort of past their prime, coming back from injuries, and they couldn't stay healthy. Even Billups came in and got hurt. You know, and he was posed to be a contender alongside Melo. You know what I mean? That was like an opportunity for him to sort of, you know, get back to the promised land. But then he got injured during the playoff run. So
that's a fact. So yeah, it's
Penny.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad we're stepping away. We smart now.
Smart.
You know what I'm saying? We smart. We're a lot smarter. We smarter than we
right. We're a little. Yeah, we're going in the right direction. Yeah, shout out to I am Jarrell in the chat. Salute to you, Mikkel Bennett in the building. Salute. DJ Space Ghost, Daniel Berry in the building. Knicks 100 building blocks. I wanted to click on what Knicks 100 had said. Yeah, I don't think this is the same thing, if I'm not mistaken. Because he asked, he's wondering, it's over. Ain't that the same injury that finished Deion Sanders' career? I don't know if he had plantar fasciitis. I don't remember. I know Deion definitely had some really bad circulation problems, which is why it's still plaguing him to this day. If you hear about his story, he's talking about the fact he's lost like a toe or 2 toes. It's just it's crazy. Like he was in danger of losing his foot. Like it's wild stuff, man. For you know, a primetime athlete, no pun included, like Deion to have to go through that. I do remember a couple Knicks had plantar fasciitis back in the day, and I remember Scottie Pippen had it. And he was able to come back and still be a good player in the league.
Right. Play with Portland with that injury.
Yeah.
You think if they limit his role, maybe that'll be like it'll reduce.
He's gonna have a lot of time off. He's gonna have time off for sure.
Like don't play him back-to-back games, like, you know, like low management. You know what I'm saying?
Big time. Big time. But that will affect them in the playoffs though, because like you gotta go. And then you know, that like I said, he's gonna have to work through pain because you have no choice. At some point, you got to play with pain in order to stay on the court. Tough go.
Yeah, that's a rough one, but you know, it's gonna be tough. He's 7'3", and what you know, he's also gained a little weight. He's a little bigger, so with all of that coming down on them feet,
that's gonna be
that's gonna be tough.
That's gonna be tough. They got to start looking for like I don't know.
But that's why Damian Lillard has the insoles. Like he has like a product that he rocks with the insoles inside, and he buys it for every one of his players. Every teammate that he's with, he buys it every season, and he makes sure that his whole team is filled with like the soles, and they have the insoles ready, and they're all aligned. It's like this is because your feet is your job. Basically, you lose your feet.
Facts.
Yeah, that's smart.
That's 100%, bro. But you know what? Even though that's a real life issue that he's going to have to deal with and overcome, and wishing him the best, there's other real life issues that are even bigger and more of a hindrance to us as humans in the society. You we all know that there's these wildfires getting crazy that happen in California, that happening in Canada. The smoke is billowing. It's coming to the East Coast. Like, I never seen this much wildfire action ever in my life, and it's everywhere. Now this whole thing in
Hawaii,
Hawaii,
and shout out to former coach Don Nelson. He is opening up his rental properties in Maui to displaced individuals who have been, struggling to find shelter throughout this whole mess out there. And there hasn't been a lot of relief. You guys know the stories, the news, and they're all talking about it. Like, our response time for the people that are dealing with this in Maui has been really slow. It's been terrible right now. So, it's really bad out there. And, unfortunately, even though he is doing such a great thing, he can only do so much. His rental properties altogether in Maui only can hold up to 24 people. So he's only one man. But if everybody who's got different things, different business ventures out there would open up their doors too and try to do what they can, it would help. So, but I just want to bring that up because it's, it's real life stuff. It could happen anywhere. We could all be victims of this stuff. So shout out to Don Nelson for doing that, and prayers and well wishes to the people in Maui and Hawaii
prayers
on the whole.
Prayers for everybody, for real. I think Oprah got some property out there too. Maybe she'll probably dive in at some point. And
a lot of people, a lot of Facebook too.
But if I see a charity like something that's legit, I'll definitely donate to them. So if anybody know a charity, drop it in the chat.
Yeah, throw it on the chat. We can put it on the air
chat,
too.
You know what I mean? And we'll donate and give back because that's all it's about, man. It's about giving back, man. So
and I'm sure Red Cross and them are out there too. Although I'll be sometimes skeptical with the Red Cross and the way they maneuver that money. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta do my research. Then send some money, for sure. I ain't gonna just send it I could go to somebody's cash app and then
we all seen what happened with the relief fund for Haiti and other parts of the world that
100%
certain people took advantage of all the the good in good faith that people did and donated and same thing with PR when PR went through their same thing, people were taking money and stealing money. It's like
that's evil,
that
man.
sucks.
When people down and out, you don't do that, man. That type of karma comes to you bad, man.
100.
So
it's crazy. It's crazy, and it comes back. It comes back to you.
Man, listen.
And if you guys are just tuning in right now, a special guest today is Drugz. Goes by Drugz Only. You can find him on all social media platforms. We're gonna give you his socials and all that stuff in a little bit, so y'all know where to find him and contact him. But before we get into a little bit more of understanding who Drugz is and how this whole thing is full circle, and when you find out, it's gonna make sense. Wanted to be remiss if we didn't talk about the fact that the NBA schedule has come out, right? Ooh. So I'm just throwing it out there. We're not going to get too crazy and talk about it because we're going to have to dissect and break that down. It's 82 game schedule for each team. So we're going to have to probably next week
do two shows or something for that.
Next week we'll probably get into like the notable matchups and stuff and things to look out for, players that may have moved from old teams when they face their old, stuff like that. We'll get into all that. But what we can touch on right now, and I still don't understand this whole thing. I ain't going to lie to you and tell you I do. As time goes by, I think I'll get a better understanding and I'll be able to explain it to other people who don't understand it the same way I don't understand it. The in-season tournament that stuff has been released. The scheduling on that has gone out. Let me just read to you guys briefly what they say about this because it's still funky. Because even though this is a tournament they're doing, this is no big. Right now, you got to look at it like it's no big deal. It's just a set of games that they broke down to make it look a certain way. But just think of it like the regular season. Don't even stress it because that's what it is right now. There's no incentive for any NBA team right now. They just have to play it because that's what the NBA is doing.
No, there is an incentive. It's $500,000. For the winners.
$500,000.
I mean, $500,000 per person.
Yeah. It's a bonus win.
Right.
Each player that wins who wins the championship gets like $500,000. So like it's an incentive
All right,
for
okay.
the players.
Oh, so
All right,
that's
no,
good.
no.
Then. I didn't know that. That's good.
That's
good.
the actually the first I'm hearing of that, John. I appreciate you telling me that and telling the rest of us that, because I'm even reading the synopsis that NBA.com has about this in-season tournament, and they don't even mention like the incentive. So that's good to know. Appreciate that. But yeah, you know what? Let me do this, because rather than read, let's just get into the whole thing. So what they've done is they've broken down the East and the West into 3 different groups. Okay, Group A, Group B, Group C, for each division or conference, should I say? And so let's take a little look at what we're talking about here. Group A for the East Coast is right here. So you see, you got the 76ers, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Atlanta Hawks, the Indiana Pacers, and the Detroit Pistons. So this is Group A in the East. And you may not be able to read the because they made it a little dark in some of these, but games start on November 3rd, and then it looks like it's set up for 3 weeks. So November 3rd, then you got the week of November 10th,
right,
and the week of November 14th, or whatever that is. It's something like that, if I'm not mistaken. You can't really see it that great, but basically, so these 5 teams are just going to be playing 3 games against each other, like 3 games each throughout this whole time period. It's going to be mixed up. You still have NBA games in between it, I guess, but this is what they're doing, right? So that's Group A for the East. This is Group B, the Milwaukee Bucks, the New York Knicks, the Miami Heat, Toronto Raptors, and the Charlotte Hornets. This is a nice little group here. This is going to be some interesting games. And the return of Frank Ntilikina is going to set this off. But okay, I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Anyway, so that's Group B. Group C is the Boston Celtics, Brooklyn Nets. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm bugging out. I said Toronto Raptors. Who is this? Washington Wizards. My fault. I apologize, guys.
Yeah.
The Wizards. Yeah, they should have did this with the regular colors, because this threw me off. I don't know. I was thinking the Raptors. My bad, y'all. All right. So Group C in the East is the Boston Celtics, the Brooklyn Nets, the Toronto Raptors, the Chicago Bulls, and the Orlando Magic. This is okay. It's all right.
Celtics sweep. That's a Celtics sweep over there.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. That's definitely looking that way.
For sure.
In the West, Group A is the Memphis Grizzlies, the Phoenix Suns, the Los Angeles Lakers. Then you got the Utah Jazz and the Portland. This is a nice group. And the Portland Trailblazers. This is not bad. So this should be interesting. Competitive. Yeah. Group B, the Denver Nuggets, the LA Clippers, the New Orleans Pelicans, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Rockets, the Houston. This is a nice group too.
Yeah, seems like a
young
sweet for me though. They're young.
Yeah.
Who's really gonna mess with Denver right now?
Denver got that one, I think.
I guess we got to see if Dallas has improved at all. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. If you're watching Luka's workout videos, then there's not a lot of hope. But anyway, whatever.
It's not his game. He said, "You talk about practice. You talking around practice."
Nah, that ain't him. That ain't
down,
him.
Though. He definitely slimmed down some more. So we have to see.
A little bit. Yeah, that's
just
true.
A little bit. Yeah.
And lastly, Group C in the West is the Sacramento Kings, the Golden State Warriors, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the OKC Thunder, and the San Antonio Spurs.
I like this setup.
I love this one. Yeah,
the other one.
This is very young. Outside of Golden State, this is a very young group. So competitive. And competitive too.
Yeah, they're gonna be fighting in that. This one they're gonna fight for sure. Everybody outside of Golden State gonna go at it. Golden State they're gonna be on top of that one though. They should. I like it. You never know.
Yeah. Health is all dependent on health, right? For a lot of these people. Right. And it's early on. So I think the key for the NBA is that they want more NBA players to be playing early games and make it mean something to them. Because again, this would be the first year where a team could say, I won both the play-in tournament, and we were the champions of the play-in tournament and the world champions of the 2023-24 season. You know what I mean? Like, there are accolades there that go along with the money that I think is going to make players play, because usually players who are banged up, they don't want to deal with the stress of playing early games in the season. You know what I mean? And they want to work their way in. But if you got something to play for, some of your younger players, like the new recruits, the new rookies, will get a chance to show what they can provide for their team. You know what I mean? Like the Wembanyamas of the world, the Scoot Hendersons. You know what I mean? The twins that are, you know what I mean? They're highly touted as well. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I think it's just for more so. I think this year everybody gonna go hard, cause just for the fact to say that, hey, I did it. We did it first.
Yeah,
we did it first. You know what I'm saying? I think when I first heard about it, I'm like, they ain't gonna even pay no mind to this. But I think they really gonna buy into this, and I think you gonna see teams going hard. Like, you know what I mean? They're gonna try to at least get that first one. Like, we got it first. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe, I don't know, maybe it'd be a thing. You know what I mean? Like, we need some sort of championship. So let's win that. Like, you know,
you already know the Knicks are going for it. You already know.
Parade. Listen. If we win that, we throwing the parade right there.
Right before All-Star break.
We going right to the Garden. We gonna throw we're throwing a parade. Like, we gotta take every victory like that to the heart. Like, what? Listen. I'm sleeping outside that night we win.
Oh,
right in front of the Garden. You know what I mean? Real talk,
I wouldn't be surprised. The New York might go nuts for that. That's crazy.
We'll go crazy.
Well,
we'll go crazy.
We're going to chop it up and get into more NBA in future shows. Stay tuned, guys. You know how we do. And once we get into the NBA regular season, we definitely going to get into the real talk. So stay tuned for that. But now it's time to get into our special guest and why he is here, who he is to NBK, and, you know, get into a little bit of his life story and how you know, he got into to NBA basketball, loving NBA basketball and loving hip hop as well. But first, let's start off with the NBA, brother. And then we'll get into your hip hop backstory.
Let's go.
NBA itself, man. How did it all start for you? Like, when we were a young kid, you started watching a team. How did the love affair with the NBA come about?
All right, so how the NBA started for me is like in my neighborhood, like we all grew up, so we used to play crate basketball. We used to have used to take the crate, break the bottom of it, go tie it up. So I'm dunking on people, shooting. They calling me John Starks. This is before I was watching the Knicks. When they say, yo, you play like John Starks, I'm really watching the Knicks now, because I'm like, yo, John Starks, that's my favorite player. So I'm like, yo, I'm locked in to watch John Starks. So I just fell in love with the Knicks, man. Like, the Knicks it wasn't just big for me, it was big for my neighborhood. Like, we all was Knicks fans. It wasn't like, at one point you have a couple Chicago Bulls fans here, a couple Indian. Like, my neighborhood, we was all Knicks fans. So we so we'd go to school talking about it, like, yo, you saw that dunk Ewan did, or you saw Oakley, and so it's like I fell in love. That's me. That's the era I fell in love with basketball. Watching the Knicks go on a run, man, and going to the Eastern Conference and going to the finals damn near every year. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching that, and that was my thing. And then it led me to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? I'm waking up 5 o'clock in the morning. My friends calling me outside. I'm going to go play basketball at 5 o'clock in the morning, all the way to like 10 or 11 at night. We playing basketball. That's how all my friends I made was through basketball. You know what I'm saying? We all became friends playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like brought my neighborhood together. And then we had like tournaments in the summertime. We had this thing called Play Street. They had closed on both sides of the streets, and no cars would come through. And then they have like basketball tournaments. So for like 2 years straight, my team won. Like, you know what I mean? We won the championship 2 years. So I was locked in, you know what I mean? And I love NBA overall, but like, I'm a Knicks fan through and through, you know what I mean? All day, every day, man. I don't got no secondary teams. I don't root for nobody else. It's Knicks or nothing with me, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be that way forever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, man. That's my thing with basketball, man. I was nice. I was nice back in the time. I was Definitely good. I'm trash
Nice.
now, but back then I was all right. You know what I
You
mean?
held your own.
Trash now, man. I'm trash now.
Listen, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? That's usually how it works.
That's a fact. Yeah,
What
that's
they
a
say.
fact. My sons
Yeah,
be killing me. They be out there. I'm like, damn, like
yeah.
I gotta step my game up now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm rusty.
Not to
You know what I
mention the
mean?
wind. You know what I mean? You got to get
Yeah,
the
the
wind
win.
back, all of
I
that.
ain't running no full court. You can forget about it. Full court to take
Word.
me out. You feel me? Like I ain't running no full court, but yeah.
100%.
But nah, but I just love the game of basketball, man, and what it embodies. And like I said, for me, it was more so. It was a community thing with me. Like I said, it brought all my friends together. It brought all of us together. We grew up. You know what I mean? Going to each other's houses, watching the Knicks game, watching them play the Bulls. Like we bringing the TVs outside, watching them play. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls in the finals. So it's like that stuck with me forever. Like you know what I mean? Like and to this day, it's like I tell people it's so easy. Like me being a Knicks fan, right? Because I'm a loyal Knicks fan. It's so easy for somebody to go jump on the bandwagon and like some other team because your team year in and year out is horrible. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
and I had some friends that I grew up with too. They started going to other teams. They started
Yeah.
jumping on their
Miami.
bandwagon. Yeah,
Wherever
Miami,
LeBron went,
wherever LeBron's. I'm just like to me, it's going to feel better when my team do it because I've been down with them for so long. Like you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So when we ask,
Facts.
like even us going to the playoffs is like
Mhm.
that's an accomplishment. This year we went to the second round. That's an
Yeah.
accomplishment.
It's
You
like
know what I
Fat
mean?
Joe says, all the way up.
All the way
That's a
up.
fact.
Like,
It's a
come
fact.
on. We went. I was watching. Seasons. We went in 17 games at best. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm watching every game. We like, you know what I'm
Those
saying? Like,
clear
damn, I can't believe,
Anthony days. You remember that?
man.
Clear
Lee Anthony
Anthony.
early.
Clay
Yeah.
Clear
Anthony
Anthony
early, yeah,
early.
crazy, man.
Woo.
And we watched a lot of garbage come in and out the garden. You feel me? For
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I easily could have just like, nah, I'm not. I can't do this no
Right.
more. And I'm
Nah,
just
but
like, I'm here, man. I'm embedded, man. Like this is my team, man. Win, lose, or draw,
You
like it's Knicks forever. You know what I mean?
you
yeah.
loyal, brother. You loyal.
Yeah,
Which
Yeah.
to
which
the
most of us are. Most of us
and
are.
I'm from New York. Like I tell
Right.
people that all the time, right? Like they be from New York and they go for like other teams, which is each your own. You know what I mean? If that's what you like to do, but it's like when I go to other states, they don't rock with New York. So it's like certain states. I ain't gonna say everywhere, but like
Right.
Mhm.
I went in Boston one time with a Yankee hat in the bathroom. Everybody looked like they was about to jump me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Right.
looking
Right.
like, now real talk. So I'm like, it's New York or nothing with me. Like it's like that's football, Giants. I'm a Giants fan. Baseball,
Facts.
Yankees. It's
Right.
New York all the way
All
through
the
and
way.
through with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from the
Mhm.
Bronx, so like that. When you're from the five boroughs, you take on New York like in a different in a different way. You know what I mean? And that's how I took. That's how I am with the Knicks, man. I'm like, yo, this is my
Right.
team, man. I ain't switching up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this, we all in. You know what I mean? We all
I
in.
hear that.
We can
John, you
win
was gonna
5
say
games
something?
next season. I'm still a Knicks fan. You know what I mean?
Hey, so tell us about you know the correlation between team sports or rooting for your Nick team and
Mhm.
music and the music that you sort of grew up listening to. Like, is there a correlation for you as an artist?
Oh, of course. I mean, you feel like with music, right? Everything relates back to you got to have a team. Like anything that even in music, like you learn a lot from. Like I look at like the Rockefeller days or like the Wu-Tang days and the Mobb Deeps and like you gotta have like a core. Like you gotta have a team core. So I think like that runs parallel with sports. Like you know what I'm saying? And then also the lifestyle of music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of basketball players they look up to artists. You know what I'm saying? And now artists is looking up to basketball players. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like we just like one big family. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like of course, like you know what I mean. Just the team aspect of sports and music go hand in hand to me. You know what I'm saying? For
Right.
sure.
Right. Well, you said you was inspired by John Starks, but any other
Yeah.
players in the NBA that may have sparked your interest in the way that they approach the game, the sort of you look at hip hop in itself and see how it's also mimicked?
Okay, so I would say, I mean, Starks was my guy, Spreewell was my guy, Ewing was my guy, Mello, Mello was my guy. Um, so I mean, after like to me, those was like the best Knicks. Like, and I didn't get I didn't see the Walt Clyde Frazier era. You
Right.
know what I mean? But I did hear about it, and then I like kind of like went back and did my research. So yeah. But what you were saying, like as far as like how does that relate to hip hop? Like,
Yeah, meaning like like you start to see trends happen. You know what I mean?
okay,
And you know what I mean. You start to see like players themselves start mimicking what they see in hip hop. You
oh
know,
yeah, yeah,
dress the way they dress, the way they may
oh yeah,
dance, the dance. You know what I mean? Like there are elements of it that sort of play a part.
oh yeah.
How do you feel as an artist that you're able to, when you're able to inspire the youth, you know what I mean, in that way, in that fashion? Like, is there something that you
Yeah,
think about
that
when you're making your music?
um honestly, yeah. Like for me, I would say like I'm gonna put it in this position, right? How powerful music is in sports, right? You could look at the John Morant situation. You know, he listened to the guy NBA YoungBoy, and
Right.
you know,
That's drill rap, right?
and yeah, yeah. I want to say that's drill rap, but like he listens to the guy NBA YoungBoy, and basically, he's like going off. We know what John Morant is doing. So, me, yeah, like I feel like I make a certain type of music, right? So I know for a fact my music might not be for everybody. You know what I mean? Because I don't make universal music for the world. I make music for me first as an artist, and whoever takes to it is always a message in a bottle. Like you know what I mean, in a glass bottle. Like I'm rapping about my previous experiences, hoping that if when you are listening to it, that these are things that maybe could deter you away from doing the things that I've done, and you stay the course to do your thing as far as like your goals, like staying in school, or you want to be a basketball player, or you want to do any type of sports. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like yeah, like for the youth growing up, I don't make music particularly for the youth. But like if the youth was to listen, I wish that they would take some jewels out of the music and actually maybe apply it to their life in a different type of way, not in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more conscious about like as of recent, I'm more conscious about things that I'm gonna start putting out because I've been meditating. Like I've been meditating like 3 or 4 times a day. You know what I mean? So I'm like really in tune with myself. Like I'm really like changing a lot of ways, like changing a lot of things about me. So like now looking back, like us as OGs in hip hop, you know what I mean? I would say like I'm like an OG in hip hop. Yeah, we got to start like guiding the youngins in a better in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? In a more positive light. It starts with us, and then it's going to trickle down to them at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
that's 100%, man. I
Yeah.
like that. That's a good way to, I mean, it's nice to hear, knowing that somebody is an artist trying to make music, but it's not just I'm just gonna fit into whatever the trend is, and
Yeah. Yeah.
if the music is steering people, or if it's a certain way, I'm just gonna follow the trend. Nah, you
Hmm.
Right.
doing what you think you want to do that makes you feel good about it first, and then
Right.
hopefully people will the music will translate, because if it
Right.
feels good to you, it should feel good to others. That I like
Right.
that.
Right.
I
Right.
appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, I
And,
see. Cause it's so many times I see artists and they'll constantly change their sound. Every time a new trend come, I personally know people that are rap like somebody, and then when that trend dies, they'll rap like somebody else. And then that trend dies, they'll rap like somebody else. And it's like, you know, I'm at a point where me and my team, hitting producers, we making a type of music that feels good to us. You know what I
right.
mean? And then we know our audience, and we know the type of audience that's going to tap into what we like. You know what I'm saying? Because we in tune with those type of fans. And if they like our music, we doing it for them, but we mainly really doing it for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I make music, I still make music to impress my peoples, like my peers, my friends, like you know what I mean, like my engineers, my producers. Like I'm doing it. I'm doing it for that. Like you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And whoever takes onto it and latch onto it, that's great, man. I love it. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, but we gotta push the culture though. You know what I mean. We gotta
No
keep
doubt.
pushing the culture.
So not to be contradictory or anything like that, but where do you
Right.
come up with where did you get your name Drugs Only from? Like
All
how
right.
did that come about?
So Do, like, all right. So in the streets, everybody was calling me like when I first started making music, my name was $, right? And everybody in my neighborhood was calling me Do. So Do, I was into some, you know, I don't got to really get in too much depth in here, but like, you know, I was in the streets doing things that I'm not proud of, but things that I'm not ashamed of as well, because those things taught me a lot of stuff, and I learned a lot of stuff along the way, and I did it, and you know, my life is different now. So that's where basically the name Drugs Only came from. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I was doing in the streets, and you know what I'm saying? I was really going hard, like for you know, you know what I'm saying? I was really going hard. I could say it now because I know the statute of limitation. I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in
Right.
the clear, but you know what I mean? I was really in a lot of stuff that you know that like I said I'm not proud of, but
Mm-hmm.
it shaped me and molded me into the person I am today. I feel like you know what I'm saying. So that's where the name come from. And like I said, everybody was calling me Do. So I had
Right.
to like put something with the Do. I'm like, yo, what's gonna go with the Do? Like somebody asked me one day when I was out selling CDs. They're like, yo, what Do stand for?
Hmm.
And I ain't have an answer for him at that time. I'm like, yo, you're right. What does Do stand for? So now I'm
Right.
starting to ask the people around me, like, yo, why y'all was calling me Do? You know what I'm saying? And they was like, you figure it out. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I was like,
Right.
all right,
Right.
I'm gonna figure it out. And then you know what I mean? And it just went hand in hand with what I was into at that moment. So yeah,
Understood.
that's how
Understood.
that came about. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So there's some people already in the chat who already are familiar with you, my brother. But
Right.
for those who are not familiar with you, how do we know you as a part of NBK? What is it that you do or you have done that's going down in infamy for NBK? I mean, it's infamy in the best way possible. You know,
First,
I don't know. Maybe you could spit a little bit of it. Maybe people remember what it is.
first, I want to say salute to Sim, man. I'm gonna before I get to that, I'm gonna get to the backstory. So Sim had he had this segment on the front stoop, and like he was playing like unsigned music. I had a song called Porzingis, and I sent him the song, and everybody in the chat was going crazy. Oh my God, that's crazy, right? So then after that, because I've been watching nothing but Knicks since it like basically like started. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
the
I've been
beginning
locked
of it
in.
all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was locked in
Godfather
because
Sim, man.
yes.
Facts.
Salute to Sim, yo. I just because I went on YouTube one day and I'm like, I want to find some Nick content, like you know what I'm saying? And I just hit
Mhm.
Nick's, and his
As we all.
podcast was the first one. I'm like, all right, let me go check this out. And I was hooked every since. I didn't turn back since. I was watching Sim loyal, like every day. I'm catching the show. So salute to Sim. So yeah, so me and Sim like started talking through the email and history. You know, y'all know what it is, man. Do they want to know what it is?
I mean, if they don't know, I know. John knows,
Right.
but maybe they don't know. I'm
Let's
just
do a
saying.
little stuff.
I said it's NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's Swish. Number one show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all know
Yes,
the
Yeah,
sir.
NBA
that's what I'm
intro,
talking
man.
about.
Yeah, we here, man. We here, man.
That
The Ellis
intro is
intro
NBK, man.
still today.
But
it's a staple, man.
that intro, right? So when because Sim sent me a beat, right? I think him and Evergreen. Shout out to my guy Evergreen. I think
Right.
Evergreen has sent the beat first. I heard it, went right to the studio, recorded it. It was not that beat. That beat that was playing that's for the intro. So I rapped on a whole nother beat. So I'm like, all right, this is fire. This is Sim hit me like 2 or 3 days later. Was like, yo, what you think about this? Put the other beat around it. I was like, oh my God, what is this? Like this is like, pardon me. this sound crazy, like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And it's been history ever since, man. Like that was like peanut butter and jelly right there. You know what I'm saying? It went right together smooth. Like, you know what I mean? So shout out to Sim for that, man. That was dope, man. That was a good look, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm locked in. You know, every MBK event, like y'all need to come pop out. Like we just did
You're ready.
the cookout in Kasaki. I think they got another one coming October
Can't wait for
7th.
that.
Make sure y'all tap in. We there. You know what I mean? Home opening games. Me and Ron met. We met at where we met? We met at Atlantic City, right?
We met in Atlantic City. Yep.
In Atlantic City, yeah, we did the event at Atlantic City. That was dope. We was out in the sweltering sun recording the video. You know what I'm saying? We was recording the MBK intro. So yeah, man. So you know what I mean? Shout out to the whole MBK family, man. I'm locked in from Steph to everybody that's on it. Tony Crow, you know what I mean? Those my guys like Ron,
Julio.
John, Fulio, everybody, like, you know what I mean? Isaiah, everybody locked in, man. Shout out to the whole MBK family, man. I'm family for
Yeah.
life, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all,
Facts.
I told you when I saw
Facts.
you, I watch all y'all shows. I watch still, you know what I mean? Your show,
And
I
we
watch
appreciate
everybody's
that.
show. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm locked in. If I don't catch it when it drops, I'm
Catching that replay.
replay game. I'm replay
Yeah.
game for sure.
Yeah.
And a good
So
like
we
is in there. So make sure y'all throw that.
smash
You know
that
what I'm
like.
saying? It'd be free. It'd be free for these. You know what I'm saying? Throw those likes in
Facts.
there, man. Throw those
Word.
Yeah,
likes in there,
man. We
man.
appreciate you,
Real
brother. We
talk, man.
appreciate you.
Real
So,
talk, real
I
talk.
mean, we kind of heard before we get into to maybe you spitting a little freestyle for us.
Yeah.
We talked about correlation between basketball and hip hop for you. We talked about your love of the NBA and your favorite player and the team. But
Right.
how did you even get started in hip hop? Where did that all come
Oh
about?
man. So my favorite artist growing up was Jay-Z. So I
Mm.
used to watch Hove, but before Hove, I used to sneak into my cousin room. Like we was kids. It was like 13 of us living in a 2-bedroom apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he'll go outside and I'll listen to a Snoop Dogg album. Like, you know what I mean? I run in there or I catch remember the music box, video
Oh
music
Video
yeah,
box.
music
yeah,
box.
I used to
Yeah.
go,
Sure.
yeah, I
yeah,
used
yeah.
to go sneak in the room, go watch video music box. I watch LL videos and you know what I mean, and Big Daddy Kane. So I always had a love of hip hop. And like growing up in the Bronx, like you know, you go to block parties and cookouts. That's what you're surrounded by. You're surrounded by
Mm-hmm.
music. So like naturally, you know, I took a love for music. Like my mom, she used to clean and do stuff around the house. She had Mary J playing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like hip hop and R&B was like heavy in my household. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was like, you know, some of my best memories have a song attached to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I
Word.
know a lot of y'all memories do too. Like, you know what I mean? Music. Could you imagine this world without music? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no music. Like, we made kids and we did things to music. Like, you know what I mean? So like, um, that was my introduction to music was like watching like Snoop Dogg, and then I got like slowly introduced to like Mobb Deep and like Wu Tang, and even a little bit before that, like I was locked in to like a lot of the old school guys, and I was just like, you know what, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? And one of in my neighborhood, like every Friday they used to freestyle, so it'd be like all the old heads. I'm like, I'm a shorty. I'm like what, 10 years old, 11 years old. So I used to see them. They
Wow.
used to freestyle. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I wrote a rhyme. I had wrote a rhyme. And I'm like, yo, when they do this on Friday, I'ma spit this. You know what I mean? I'ma remember it and I'ma spit it. I don't remember the rhyme now, but I remember when I spit it, everybody go, oh, you know, they could have been amping me. It could have, I
Yeah,
thought
but
it was
still,
trash.
that's love.
I thought
It's
it was
love.
trash, but it was love though. You know what I mean? They ain't shoot me down. They was like, you know what, stay at it, stay at it. And then that was it, man. It was like it was it for me. And then I took over my neighborhood. Like when I'm saying like a lot of people be like, yo, I'm popping and like bro, when I'm talking about 2004 from 2004 to 2007, I had the Bronx on smash. Like the whole
Mm.
entire Bronx, like the whole entire Bronx, like everywhere you went, my music was playing out of people's cars because every day I get up and I sell 100 CDs every day. I did not go home. I go to 42nd Street. I go to Fordham. I go to downtown Brooklyn. Like, listen, I sold 100 CDs every day, and my music was no lie. Like, you know what I mean? I don't got to sit here and lie for nobody, but I got a lot of people that are co-signers. Like when I go down there, when I just be in the Bronx running around, people still running to me and like, yo, bro, I remember when you had this. And then we had like a TV show called Says Who TV. So we
Right.
had the TV show and me selling CDs. I was running around signing autographs.
Wow.
Like my joint was, you know what I mean? Like I had the streets on fire. You know what I'm saying? I really
That's
did.
dope.
Man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I really did. 2004 to 2007. That was the Bronx is mine. Hands
Nice.
down. Yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, man. It's a great story. I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad you're here to spit these facts. And I appreciate the fact that we could actually make it happen. But I
Right.
think it's time that maybe if you don't mind to indulge us a little bit, maybe we
Let's
get a
go,
little
man.
something out of you.
Like, that's what I do, man. That's what I do, man.
Hey,
fact,
you know what I mean?
Let's get it.
Let's drop something from Dunbars right quick.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Hold on. Before we do that, right?
Okay.
Let me shout out my team. Let me shout out because we working
Absolutely.
hard, man. We working
Absolutely.
hard. So I want to say, if you in the chat right now, shout out to my guy, the magician. Shout out to my guy, Dunbars, man. Yo, we really putting together a classic body of work, and I'm telling y'all, real shortly, it's gonna be out, and y'all gonna listen to it. But right now, y'all can listen to our release called Cartel Wars. That's out right now. So you go to Spotify, type in, or any streaming platform, type in Cartel Tape, excuse me, and we out. But Cartel Wars 2 is on the way. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get that out, man. It's hitting pro all day, every day, hitting. We here, man. Let's get it.
Definitely.
All right, dope. Before John, before you play the track, you know what I mean? Let me hit y'all with this heat that I got. Like some of y'all might remember it out there, but if you do, let me just hit y'all with this one real quick. You know what I mean? This is that fire. You ain't ready. Play that for you real quick. See what y'all know about this. Y'all don't remember. Let me hit you with it again because I don't think y'all heard it right. A little low. Yeah. Hold on. Let me see here. There we go. No, that ain't it. Okay,
So is there a question for some folks?
Yeah, right. I'm trying to figure out what that is.
That's Swanee River by Ed Norton. It's a long story. I'll explain it at some other time. Don't you worry about it. Anyway, all right, right. Go ahead, John. Let's get it cracking, brother.
All right, cool. Let's set this up real quick.
Let's get it, man.
Right.
Hey, we're in the building.
Here we go. Fade this in real quick for you. All right.
That's up. You can turn it. Hold on. Before we get into it, you can turn it up a little bit.
Let's do this again.
A little bit.
And turn your volume. Turn your volume up, Dio.
Yeah,
Ron, you got that? You got the volume on your end, Ron?
I'm all set. I'm all locked in here.
I got you.
Drugz. Don't forget the only, man.
All right.
Know what it is, man.
You good.
Throw it back. Let's get it. Throw from the top.
All right,
here we go. Try that again.
Now you gotta start it from the beginning. It just came right in.
Oh yeah, probably because the fade is on. Let's take. We'll turn it off. Yeah. I took it off. All right, I'm
took it off.
Let me hit it. Yeah.
Yeah, you do it. You hit it.
All right.
I started from the middle right now.
I just started from the middle. Hold on. My apologies, people. Work with me.
We got this. We're gonna do it right.
Oh, they don't allow you to reset it here. I don't know. Maybe if I switch up. Okay, here we go. Maybe it's gonna reset now. I hope it does.
All right. There we go. Listen, every verse is fish scale was only right that I get them hooked. Came to the game to bully like Dylan Brooks. I want you gone, then my guys is on it. For them bucks, they make your eyes pop out like Bobby Porter's. I make the boot shake when I'm recording, cause my kind is almost extinct. They call us a brontosaurus. Like Jay said, F living dormant. I'd rather die enormous. So put 20 million in my coffin. One of the hottest rappers rapping this ish. My wife told me slow down. I be before I get a job app, I traffic a brick. Take over a small town and get back in the mix. You gotta learn from your losses to actually win. I came out on top with my back to the wind. I learned lessons from the streets they can't teach you in the classroom. If you tellin', we do you like Takashi in the bathroom. It's drugs. Yeah, Low 16, man. And y'all want more like this, man? It's on all platforms, man. Hitting producers, Drugz only, dumb balls, or the official magician. Be here, man. Hitting.
Yeah, and if y'all want to know exactly where to catch them, we put this up for y'all so that way y'all see where they at, man.
Yeah. Shout out to the 50 years of hip hop too, man. Salute. You know what I mean?
So on Instagram, it's at I am Drugz Only 84. Twitter, it's Drugz Only. Producers is Dunbars and the Magician. Show them some love, man. Show some support, man. Let's don't forget your locals. All right, don't forget your locals. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And that's a fire beat. Shout out to Dunbars.
Yeah, Dunbars killed that, man. He killed that.
All
right. Well, listen. But before, go ahead, John. Were you gonna say something?
No. I just wanted to know if you got anything that you could share with us that you may have written back in the day. Some Nick bars, for all our Nick fans. Got a little something.
Oh man,
maybe an acapella you can hit.
I think I got a Nick joint. So this joint, right? Shout out to my man Trav B. Ryan. We got this song called Nick Story. So basically, it's like us. We talking about how we bagging a woman or getting a chick or something like that, but we putting it in Nick related bars. So we broke it up as far as like Nick players. So do you got that song or you want me to just do it?
No, we don't got that one.
I said, hold on, how am I going? I said, baby girl, far from a deuce, wife tight with low mouths, pulled up on her, got to the point like Chris Childs, like McDaniels. I got off the rebound, her ex, I argue with her, like Randall getting fouled, like RJ buzzer beater. I just want to see you smile, like Grimes playing defense. I want to lock you down. Don't listen to your friends. I said, don't listen to your friends trying to tell you the wrong things. They barely know me. Just like Jerome James, just like Lynn. I'm driving them insane. It's up like Obi when we slide through Biscayne. I ain't got to promise her nice things. 5 minutes in, I made that headboard bang like Mike Brain. We getting straight to it with no foreplay. I made her scream like LJ 4-point play. I'm killing it up in Boston like I'm Fournier. Them shots like Allen Houston made me fade away. I'm like Ewan in the post. They can't come back once I kick them out. Now they be feeling like they oak. I know you gonna tell your friends the details on how life good. I took you on a spree like Lee Trout. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. But that's gonna drop. That's gonna drop soon with Trav B. Ryan and my man, producer. The magician. He produced that. It's fire. And we're gonna drop that soon. We're gonna get that out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back with another Nick tape too. I dropped the Nick tape before, so I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna drop another Nick tape for y'all. Soon as the season open up, we locking back in. You know what I mean?
We in here.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's fire.
Yeah. But salute to y'all having me on, man. I really appreciate y'all.
No, man, we appreciate you, brother. Before we get you out of here, we gotta hit you with a real quick little segment that we created. You know what I mean? Little bit of a trivia thing. You can only do what you can do.
Okay.
Basically, what it's gonna be is gonna just recite some lyrics, right?
Okay.
You get 5 points if you guess the name of the artist, right?
Okay,
you get another 5 points if you guess the song.
Got you.
And this ain't gonna be. It's gonna be pretty easy. Ain't gonna. I mean, maybe it's hard. I don't know. It's gonna be pretty easy. I think as we go,
let's go.
It's gonna get a little bit more sophisticated. But it's the first time we're doing it, so
let's
you know
go.
what I mean.
Yeah. Let's go.
Bear with us as we rock with this right now.
I like that. I like this. Let's go.
Yeah, man. But this segment of the show is called Check the Rhyme. All right. So first up, I'm gonna hit you with an easy one out the gate. I mean, I think it's easy. Maybe it ain't. And chat, you can play along too. There's a little delay, so I'm gonna have to get you to answer somewhat quickly because I don't want the chat giving the answer away. So, all right. And I'm not rapping. I'm not no hip hop head like that. So I'm just reading it. Deal with it. All right. Yeah. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this.
Biggie Smalls, my God. We grew up off of Biggie.
All right. Okay. A nice easy
now.
one. You know what I mean? I
try to hit you with the artist and the song title.
You know what I mean? That rocks. It's a nice little 10 points there. We drop that down. Make sure I make note of this. 10 points. We may figure something out later in life down the road with this show to do something. Do something with it. All right.
Gotta do some giveaways with this.
Yeah, a little giveaway.
Yeah. Make it interesting. Why not? Sure. All right. So here we go. I'll give you another one. Maybe a little bit more difficult. I don't know. We'll see. All right. And I'm not rapping it this time because that's like a dead giveaway or whatever I'm doing here. Whatever I'm trying to do. All right. Let me see. How do I? Okay. I'm about to blow Light Me Up. Upside, downside, inside, and outside. Hitting you from every angle. There's no doubt
Ooh. I'm lost with that one. Say it one more time. I'm
about to blow up. Light me up. Upside, downside, inside, and outside.
Oh, that's
hitting you from every angle. I knew once I said it faster.
Yeah. My fault. Yeah. That was math.
Do you know what song it's from?
What the?
Time's running out. Hurry up! You better take a guess.
Damn, I'm forgetting the name. I don't know the name right now, bro. Like I'm blanking on the name. I'm not to Cal, right?
It's not to Cal.
No, it's not to Cal. It's not to Cal.
That's not the answer. Is that the answer you going with?
Like lotion. Put it in your skin like lotion. Oh my God. Wu-Tang Squad. That's it, right? That's the song. We like, hey, Fat Albert.
I mean,
hold on. That's not to Cal. Damn,
what is that? I don't know, man.
I'm on that thing too. That's all right.
I'll take that. No, do you want to just throw it out there? What you think it is, real quick? You can just say anything. If you right, you right.
Bro, I don't know why I'm blanking on that song. The name of this, I know the song, but I'm blanking on the name.
You better take a guess. I'm
gonna pass this one. What's the name of that?
All right. Well, the name of this joint is Method Man. Yep.
Method Man.
METHOD.
Yeah. Damn, man.
Ridge.
Yeah. So you got 5 points.
I'm a hip hop fan, man.
Artist right. You did not get the extra for the the song, but that's okay. That's okay. You right there.
My points how they come, baby. Let's go.
That's cool. All right. I think I might get you on this one. All right, we'll see. Okay. When digging into my library, oh my gosh, eating Italian stew like the one Peter Tosh.
Yo, now I'm lost completely, bro. Who is
a lot of things with hip hop is
the
about
way you're reading it.
Yeah, I know that's why I'm reading it that way. I don't want to read it the way you know it.
Mm-hmm. Say it back one more time.
One more again. When digging into my library, oh my gosh, eating Italian stew like the one Peter Tosh.
Is that Buster?
Yeah.
That's Buster, right?
It is Buster.
Now,
Okay.
The name, I don't know. I'm gonna keep it real with you. The name, I don't know, but I know that's Buster.
All right. So let me give him the right answer.
Is that from?
There you go.
Is that from when he was with Leaders of the New School?
It's around that time.
Was it around that time? That's not
Mm-hmm.
rah like a dungeon dragon. Is that?
Just an.
I think that is. I think that's what it is.
It's not. It's not. I'm sorry. Oh no, John guilted you into the wrong answer, folks. Sorry.
God damn, John.
The answer is scenario.
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 So no, that. All right. I was going to.
It was in that area.
I was right in that area, man. I was going to say the scenario because that was their biggest joint.
Yeah. I mean,
Scenario,
the combo of them
go,
and
here we go, yo. So what's that? Yeah. That was their biggest joint.
Okay. We got two more. And we'll get you out of here. All right. So let me see. I don't get. Baby. Nah. You good. I mean, listen. You got a little something there. You got some points.
I got a couple points.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. That might be too easy. Oh no, I can't do that one. Too easy. Okay, here we go. How do I say this to throw you off? Okay. A lot of people ain't gonna get this probably either. What world are we really in? Amphibians moved to the Caribbean. Underwater force placed under the court of law. Usually sport war law. My mind stay core raw. One more. Field of ambience. Field of ambience. Love find carrots and cars that launch.
I sound like some jizzle or expected decks. Like, that's not dumb.
I'm gonna say it one more time.
Say it one more time.
What world are we really in? Amphibians moved to the Caribbean. Underwater force placed under the court of law. Usually sport war law. My mind stay core raw. Filled with ambience. Love find carrots and cars that launch.
I'm lost on that one. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know who that is.
It is a tough one. That's a tough one. Yeah,
that's a tough one. I ran into a brick wall with that one.
All right. I mean, you give up.
Who? Yeah, I give up. Who's that artist?
AZ, the firm. See, if I say it faster, you might catch it a little.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I deliberately did not say it faster, because he spits faster, and I don't spit.
My God,
yeah, man.
God, man. Damn, I'm crabbing.
Let me see.
Crabbing out.
Let me see. Nobody in the chat said it. Dunbar said MF Doom. That's an interesting guess.
I thought that's what it was too, like MF Doom or somebody like that. Yeah.
I was thinking. I was thinking Guru. I was like in my head. I was like, "Is that Guru?"
It sounded like some jizzer though. Like,
could have been. Along them lines.
Okay, here we go. You might get this. This verse is so
with the cadence though. Who knows?
That's why. Yeah, I know.
Let's go.
All right. Oh no, I can't read that first part. Okay, let's try this. All right. See me essential from the chalice like the weed beat. Indeed be like Khalid Muhammad. MCs make me vomit. I get controversial. Freak your style with no rehearsal. I got to stop there because if I say the next line, it's more of a giveaway. So once again.
I sound like Biggie.
I'm going to say it again. See me essential from the chalice like the weed beat. Indeed be like Khalid Muhammad. MCs make me vomit. I get controversial. Freak your style with no rehearsal.
Damn.
That pun?
Nah, that's not pun.
It's not pun.
That's not pun.
Ooh.
Damn.
Time's running out. Hurry up. You better take a guess.
Oh, man, you got me with that one. I'm stuck on that one. Damn, who is that?
All right, so let me do this. Let me see if it's a giveaway. If I'm gonna read the first bar before it, and I'm gonna read the last bar that I left out.
Gotcha.
I get into visions like Stevie. See me essential from the chalice like the weed beat. Indeed be like Khalid Muhammad. MCs make me vomit. I get controversial. Freak your style with no rehearsal. Au contraire, mon frère.
Keith Murray.
Ooh, that's interesting because that flow pattern is like that. I didn't even think about that.
Keith Murray, yeah.
That sounds like
It's
Keith Murray. That ain't Keith Murray.
no, it's
Nah.
Lauryn Hill. How many mics do we rip on the daily?
Oh,
On the
that threw me off.
daily.
Let me say many
Daily.
money. Let me say many.
Oh yeah.
Yes. All right.
You took me back to the old school days, man.
Yeah, I gotta throw you some curveball, couple easy ones.
I was like 10 years old around that time, bro.
You gotta be a hip hop historian to know these joints.
Check the rhyme, baby. Listen. Well, once again, thank you to our special guest Drugz, and shout out for playing our little trivia game. Yeah. Damn. Well, it is what it is, man.
You gotta bring me back for a part 2. I'm gonna be brushed.
Yeah.
You're gonna be studying. You're gonna be studying.
I'm studying. I'm going deep in the hip hop library now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going deep in the crates.
Yeah, we will definitely will get you right, man. We'll get you right.
Yeah, bring me back.
Anyway, man. As we always love to say, thank you guys for tuning in and showing love to the show. Shout out to the chat. Smash that like button. I know it's going to be a lot of replay gang on this one because Thursday nights, there's a lot of competition in our community of podcasters. But I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you like the show. We're going to keep trying to make it better for you. It's going to keep getting smoother as we keep doing it. And we'll be adding little things to make the segments even better and more exciting for you guys. So just rock with us and show love to the show. Show love to Still Nick fans, to NBK, our guy Sim. And definitely show love to our guy Drugz and his whole staff, man. Once again, you can find him on Instagram at I am Drugz Only 84, Twitter Drugz Only, and his producers are Dunbars and the Magician. And he already said they're coming out with some stuff. He's going to do another Knicks tape. And look for that coming out soon, man. So definitely appreciate you, brother. Anything else you want to add, Drugz?
Nah, man. I just want to say thank y'all for the opportunity having me on. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. You know what I mean? Salute to y'all for coming on here. Shout out to my team, my family. You know what I mean? So, we just gonna keep this thing rocking, man. Y'all gonna see a lot of more stuff coming out from MBK on the music side. And I'm gonna be forefront in those projects. So be on the lookout for that. You know what I mean? We got a lot of more stuff coming out. So, and if y'all like the intro, you know what I mean? Salute. It's a lot of people that I be seeing y'all in the chat like, yo, who made the intro? Who made the intro? So, you know what I mean? Salute to y'all for tapping into that MBK intro, man. You know what I'm saying? And just rocking with me in general. That means so much. And I'm so humbled by that. You know what I mean? So just follow us like on, all the everything he just said, and that's all I gotta say, man. Thank y'all, thank John, thank Ron, man. Thank y'all for having me on, man. And I'm here, man. Drugz Only, man.
Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you as always. Let me just drop you down and we'll chop it up. Don't go nowhere. I just want to tell you something once we get off. All right.
Got it.
Apologies. I need something for that closing right there. I'm gonna get that right. But hey, John, any final words, my brother, from you?
Man, as always, man, I had a blast being here. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. Stay blessed out there. Like I always say, 3 fingers to the sky. I'm out, and catch y'all on the next one.
I like it. I like what he said there. You know what I always say? Tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Nick fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Thursday nights at 8:30-ish. We're a little late tonight, but we were trying to get everything right for the NBA wrap-up on MBK, the Nothing But Knicks Network. Shout out to my guys, Simeon Russell. Or on Saturdays for Know the Ledge with yours truly. I hold it down, talk y'all off the ledge, and get that Nick talk in there. And it's open panel, so always feel free to jump on and show your love. And also, give us your point, whatever you want to talk about. We're here to listen. And then again on Mondays for SKF Weekly with yours truly and my brother John right there. We'll get you the weekly rundown of everything that's happened with the Knicks and, set you up for the next week. All right, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting the show and tuning in. We still working. We're going to get it right. It's going to keep getting better. Just stay with us, keep rocking with us, and show us love, and we'll keep trying to show you good content so you keep coming back for more, man. Appreciate that. Smash that like button on your way out. We out of here.
Make a